Hey there, my anxiety warriors. It is your anxiety queen. Hi, how are you? I know it's been like almost 3 weeks since I've talked to you guys. Right now, excuse the oh my god. That's what kind of last 3 weeks has been. My shade thing's down. Sorry about that. I'm driving kind of into the sun and I look very red because I was out in the pool today and got a little bit of pinkness, got a little bit burnt. But anyways, I know it's been a hot minute since I've been on here. So much has happened. I think the video that I last posted mentioned my husband and I going to Boston for a conference, and 2 days before the conference I got sick. Ended up doing one of those doctors over the phone type thing where it still goes through our insurance, and they basically just said you have a cold. It's a glorified cold or whatever, and I was like, okay. So like, keep doing over the counter medication and NyQuil, DayQuil, that kind of thing. I was like, okay, fine. So we wake up Sunday morning, not this past weekend, so we're like 2 weeks back, and I'm miserable. My throat is like crazy scratchy. I have this dry, constant cough. It sucked. But I was a trooper and I was like, I'm gonna go. My husband was like, look, I can cancel the flight right now. I'm like, nope, I've never been to Boston. I wanna go to Boston. I'm going. So I went, was sick the entire time, had to call the doc in the box thing again, ended up having to get some cough medication called in. And they wanted to do a medicated nose spray, which ended up just being Afrin, which I hate Afrin, but I won't go into details. It just burns the hell out of my nose and I refuse to use it. And Mucinex is what they gave me. So I was pretty pissed off that they didn't give me an antibiotic, but whatever. That's what I get for going to them and not to my normal physician. So Boston was miserable. We still got out, got to eat some really good seafood. We actually went whale watching, which was like you got on the ferry and you went out about an hour and a half out into the, oh my god, please don't crucify me, Atlantic Ocean, I think is the one that's on the East Coast. Anyways, got to see some seals or sea lions or something. I think they were seals. And then we got to see like 2 different groups of whale families. It was really cool. Got a lot of good pictures. It was rainy and cold that day, and of course I wore jeans and like a t-shirt, and my husband was like, you're just gonna get yourself more sick. And I'm like, look, when am I ever gonna get to see whales again or be in Boston again? The chances are slim to none. So I was like, I'm gonna enjoy this. So I did. Was so glad to come home Wednesday and sleep in my own bed. And then Thursday, my husband had talking about going to Oklahoma to pick up this Star Wars thing that he purchased from another one of the Star Wars fans in like his club group, Facebook, whatever. And I'm like, okay, no big deal. We're in North Texas, so like Oklahoma, I mean, you can get into Oklahoma in less than an hour, really. So I'm like, okay. He just leaves out the fact that it's in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and that's a 4-hour drive. So we drove 4 hours there, hung out for about an hour there, and then 4 hours home. This was the day after we got back from Boston. Meanwhile, I completely lost my voice in Boston on, I don't even remember what day. I think like Monday or Tuesday. I had like no voice. Didn't really get it back until yesterday or the day before. Like today was the first morning I woke up and I didn't have like the driest mouth from having to mouth breathe all night because of being stuffy. So Friday, so we got home Wednesday, went to Oklahoma Thursday. Friday was a mess with my kid and her friend, and just us having to take them and taxi them everywhere, and it caused some issues between my oldest daughter and I, and some words were exchanged, and it was just a mess. So Saturday I was like, I am doing nothing today, or I'm doing whatever I want to do. I told my husband, I'm like, I'm not going to be a taxi. And so he's like, nope, that's fine. You deserve that. You've been sick. You went to Boston, whatever. So Thursday, we actually got up and went to Buc-ee's, which if you're not from Texas or you've never driven through Texas, Buc-ee's is like a glorified gas station. It's amazing. They have amazing barbecue sandwiches, which is what we went and got Saturday morning. Or was that Friday? I don't even remember, guys. My weeks are so screwed up. Just now getting back to where I feel like, normal. So anyways, we, by the way, if you ever are driving through Texas and you see a Buc-ee's, their bathrooms are the cleanest bathrooms, the best bathrooms to ever go in. Just letting you know, that is your tip from Anxiety Queen about Buc-ee's and driving through Texas. Find a Buc-ee's if you can. They're popping up all over here now. Like before, we used to have to drive. We usually hit it when we go to like San Antonio or Houston, but now they've put 2 in North Texas. They put one in Denton, which is up where close to where we live, and they've actually put one in Melissa, which is northeast of kind of where we live. It's a little bit further out. It's kind of closer to Oklahoma. But anyways, so we got up that morning and I said, ooh, I want Buc-ee's. I want a smoked sausage sandwich from there. So we went. I got me some peanut brittle from there, which is so good. And I came home, I went and got my nails done, got a pedicure, got to relax and talk to my nail lady. And yeah, so that was this past weekend. And this week has been a little bit crazy. My husband's job has still been kind of iffy. If you've watched any of my prior videos, you'll know what I'm talking about, but he did get confirmation today that they're trying to switch him from his current supervisor to a new supervisor, which is what we're really wanting. It's the current supervisor that he has like the massive issues with. His supervisor like threatens him, and it's really bad. We're actually thinking about maybe filing something about harassment, but nothing is said and done yet. So he talked to another guy who's a little bit higher up in the corporation, and he said, don't worry, you're not getting fired, you're not getting laid off. We're handling it. It's just, bear with us, whatever. We're going to try to switch you to a different supervisor. So that's been a plus. Yesterday, I had to take our fat little pug to get his allergy shot because he just, bless his heart, he has horrible allergies. And if he doesn't get the shot, we've tried pills, by the way. My sister's a vet. She put him on a Claritin in the morning and a Zyrtec at night, which, by the way, dogs can take. And it would help, but it's still he'd still scratch. And then she got him on an actual prescription pill, and that was working really well, but it wasn't lasting. So we finally decided to try the shot a couple months ago, and it was amazing. Absolutely amazing. So I took him yesterday, and then I got to go by and see my parents and hang out with them for a little bit, which was nice because they live in North Texas near where we do, but they're about 40 minutes away from us. So not a super long drive, but I mean, it's still, it's still a drive. So I got to go hang out with my parents yesterday, which was really nice. And today I got to spend some time in the pool and just kind of laid out and swam. And so anyways, that's kind of where I've been. Today, my days are still off. Today is Wednesday. So Monday night into Tuesday morning, I actually woke up at 4:40 with an anxiety attack. Wow, I really hate that sunset light on my face. I look just atrocious. Sorry. I still have wet, just showered hair, but I had a horrible anxiety attack that woke me up. And if anybody has had them where you wake up already in like full anxiety mode, it's probably one of the worst feelings because there is no trigger, there is no warning, there is no, slight tingling that starts. Like, it's like all of a sudden, it's just full-blown anxiety attack. And that's what I had at 4 a.m, Tuesday morning, and it was horrible. So yesterday, I just kind of felt anxiety all day, which usually is what happens to me after I've had one, especially if it wakes me up like that. So, but like I said, at least I got to go see my sister because she's a vet, and then I got to go see my parents. And if this covers my thing, I'm trying to put my shade up because it is hotter than Hades in Texas right now. Let me just tell you that. I don't know where you live, and I shouldn't be complaining because usually by now we're talking triple digits, and we haven't had those yet. Oh. So I can't really complain, but I tell you what, the Texas heat is not something to mess with. Like, you just, Ooh, it's hot. So I've been having to put my sunshade up every day and cracking my windows just a little bit. So anyways, that's kind of what's been going on with me. Like, it's just been Boston and being sick and issues with my oldest. She, for some reason, is having some really just anger issues lately, and she's just being flat out rude. She came in the other morning, to give y'all just kind of an example. She came in, was it Sunday? I don't remember, doesn't matter. It was Saturday or Sunday morning. She came in, and I had written down pool rules, because her friends have been over here almost every weekend in our pool, which is fine. I like for them to be here at our house. We can, check on them. We have cameras around our house and stuff like that. I have a camera pointed at the pool. So like I can, just make sure everything's going okay. And so kids left a lot of stuff over here, towels and, and kind of left it in a mess. She has friends that are 18, girlfriends. They smoke or whatever, and they're just leaving their cigarette butts everywhere. And so I'm like, screw this. I'm going to put up rules, like pool rules. And so I jotted it down on my phone, and literally my husband and I, we had our bedroom door open, and I was sitting in bed, and he was cleaning up his side of the room or something. And so I was just sitting there, and I started to read to him what the rules were. And she, who was in her room, apparently, I guess, woke up, came out of her room, and heard part of what I was reading. And I was saying stuff, like don't leave bring your own swimsuit and your own towel. And I put in front of these, we aren't Walmart. Haha. Like making just little funny stuff. I said something about, no illegal drugs. We will call the cops, which is not a joke. It's true. And she caught part wind of this, and she literally walked in the room, and I kid you not, verbatim, she said, "Why are you being a bitch?" And my mouth just dropped. Like, first of all, you're 16. Yes, you'll be 17 in August, but you're still 16. You're not an adult, and I'm your stepmother, and you're not allowed to speak to me that way. So, of course, my husband jumped in, and he was like, whoa, you don't talk to her that way. And she's like, well, what are you talking about? And this stuff about you guys are going to call the cops. And I go, I'm literally writing rules down for the pool. I was reading them to your father to see if he had anything he wanted to add. And I go, you could have easily just walked in the room and been like, hey, what's going on? What are y'all talking about? And I would have told you. But the fact that you just come in here and instantly are like, why are you being a bitch? Oh my God, I was so mad. And of course she wanted to go to her friend's house. And I looked at her and I said, don't ask me for a ride. I'm not taking you anywhere today. I think this was Sunday. Actually it was Sunday. So then her and her dad had some choice words, and I don't know what's going on with her. She just... Anyways, we're looking at family counseling. She had something very dramatic happen to her around December of last year or January of this year. I don't remember. I know it was cold. It was winter time. I think it was after Christmas. Not going to give details, but she had a very traumatic experience to where the law is involved, and we may have to go to court, but I'm not sure yet. We've actually just spoke to the DEA. The DEA actually just called us while we were in Boston. But anyways, so I think that is having something to do with it. And like we, talked to her before about therapy, and, they've told us that, it would be covered, and she at first had been refusing it. No. And I didn't really want to push her to talk about it, but I think that that's why she's having some of the issues that she's having is due to that anger. Like I said, I'm not going to go into details about it because it's very personal, but it was very traumatic for her, and I think she needs therapy. So we've talked about doing family therapy. Because she also has underlying issues with her real mom, and yeah. So anywho, so that's it. I just kind of wanted to pop in and give you guys kind of an update. Once again, I don't think anybody really follows me yet, except I think there's 2 subscribers. Thank you guys. I don't know if you watch my videos. These are mainly for me, but I say that every video. However, if you are watching this and you are currently going through depression or anxiety and you can't handle it, know that you're not alone. Please reach out to family, friends, support groups, anybody. You can call a hotline number. You can go onto Facebook and find things. Okay, somebody just walked behind my car. Okay, that's my neighbor getting his mail. Sorry, I saw like somebody walk by and I was like, what the hell is that? But it's it's one of my neighbors. So anyways, like I was saying, reach out, please. You're not alone and you can get through this, and you can reach out to me. It's, anxietyqueen0320@gmail.com. It's anxietyqueen0320 on Instagram. You can direct message me on there. Whatever you would like to do, but you're not alone, and try to talk to somebody, please. So that's it for me now. Hopefully I will try to get back to doing these once a week if I can. Like I said, I was just off because so much happened in like 2 weeks time. So anyways, I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later.